Hannah, when are you going to be quitting that job of yours? What's that? Hello, Sandy. Why are you asking me when I'll quit my job? I'm sure you're just working that job so that you have enough money to spend all you want on fancy things, right? Not really. I'm just working because I want to save money for the future, and I also happen to really like the kind of work I do. But it's not okay for a woman like you to be working, so quit that job at once. It's not okay for a woman like me? Right now is the best time for my husband and I to both be working at the same time. I'm not saying that I don't want to become a housewife at some point, but Robin and I both talked about this before we got married, and we decided it would be best that we both work full-time jobs so that we have enough money for the future. That's why at this point in time, it's not an option for me to be quitting my job. Hannah, listen to me. The way you're speaking to me right there is really showing me how self-centered you really are deep down. Self-centered? Do you have a problem with the money your husband is making, and that's why you're choosing to work still? I never said I had any issues with his income. Well, then please quit that job. Quit that job right now and become his housewife. I cannot do that right now. If you go against my word here, you are making yourself look worse and worse. So you're telling me the only way to look good as Robin's wife is to become a housewife? That's right. Now stop asking me questions to the obvious. By the way, have you talked with Robin himself about how you view me working this job? I don't have to go and talk with him about it because he already knows. That young man came from a house where his mother was a housewife and took care of the home, so he knows exactly what I want out of his wife, and he expects you to become that way. Right now, he should be thinking about all the things he could be having you do for him as his housewife. I'm sure of that. You think so? Well, no matter what else you have to say to me, I'm going to have a word with Robin before making any decisions. Please allow me some time to talk with him.
Hannah? I just finished up work and I'm on the bus home.
I hope you had a good day today, Robin.
Hey, listen, did you really have a conversation with my mom today about quitting your job?
What?
When I had a look at my phone after work, I saw that my mom had texted me saying that she spoke to you about it.
Wait. We did talk about it, but it was a one-sided conversation with her just telling me over and over to quit my job. I was trying to get her to understand that you and I both agreed to work, but she just wouldn't have it. So in the end, I said to her that I'd have to speak with you before making any final decisions.
What the heck? So that's what happened there. She was making it seem as though you were going to quit your job and there was no changing your mind about it. And that led me to wondering about what had happened that made you change your mind about everything so suddenly.
Sorry if this got you all worked up in any way. I had started to talk with your mom while I was on break at work, but I couldn't speak with her for very long because it was towards the end of my break. So I was going to have a word with you at home first and then get back in touch again with her to talk.
But why did my mom end up sending me this text making it sound as though you're going to quit?
Because your mom seems to think that you want the same thing as her, that being me quitting my job and becoming your housewife.
What?
When she said that to me, I told her that I'd have to talk with you first before deciding what to do next. She must be expecting you to think the same thing as her and say no to me working a job any longer, and that's why she made it seem as though I already was going to quit. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. But I can't believe this. Can you show me those texts from her later on? If it seems things aren't going to get any better, I'm going to have to get my dad involved and have him take care of my mom.
Do you feel as though your mom is more serious about this than I thought?
That depends on what she's said to you. If I have the chance, I want my dad to take a look at those texts from her as well.
Your dad as well?
Recently, my dad has seemed pretty worried about something. I still haven't really talked with him about anything, but the last time I was over at my parents' house, he had this expression on his face like he had something he wanted to tell me.
I see. I'll have all these messages from her printed out so that you can take them over to your dad.
Thank you, Hannah. That would help me out a lot. Hannah? I had a talk with my dad.
Hey, Robin. How did that talk go?
This is what my dad had to say about the whole you and I both working jobs while being husband and wife thing. He says that the only reason why my mom would be so against it is because when she married my dad, she was very young and never had a chance to start working. She kind of forced his hand in letting her become a housewife, but that was only possible because he received a promotion around that time and made decent money. Had my dad been closer to my mom's age when getting married, she most definitely would have been working a job as well.
Now that you mention it, your mom never really worked anywhere before she became a housewife, right?
That's what it sounds like. I've even heard that she never worked a part-time job before.
I see. I have something to say, by the way. I'm not saying I want to quit my job or anything, but I've thought of something.
And that is?
It's about how I work from here on out.
You're bringing back up what you and I talked about a while back.
So you remember that then?
Well, of course I do. I think what you have in mind is totally fine. Things have only become more stable since then, and since that's something you've always had on your mind, I think this is the perfect time for it.
Thank you, Robin.
Anyway, my dad thinks Mom is very serious about having you quit your job and become a housewife. When I get home later, we can talk more about that in detail. I'll make sure to be home when you get home from work.
All right, sounds good. Hannah, have you still not quit your job yet? What? This is about what we had talked about 2 weeks ago. Didn't you say you were going to talk with Robin about it? He thinks the exact same thing as I do on this subject, and that means he should have told you that if you don't quit your job soon, he's going to divorce you. You really think so? Well, I wouldn't want to be divorced, so I'm going to go ahead and quit my company job. Good. Oh, thank you for going ahead and doing that. And from now on, don't you ever go against my word again. But consider this the end of your monthly allowance from us. What? What are you talking about? What allowance?
Mom, allow me to explain this monthly allowance that had just been brought up to you.
Robin, tell me right now what Hannah was talking about.
A little while ago, I was talking with Dad when he told me that things were not going too well at your guys' house, and he asked for our help. So, myself and Hannah decided that starting this month, we'd be sending him $700 a month in order to help out with your guys' financial situation there.
I never heard about any of that.
Dad told me he talked with you about it, but you kept dozing off and acting like he wasn't being serious.
But why? Why would he need...
Because you and all your terrible spending habits have been destroying all the money Dad has worked tirelessly to save up.
What?
Dad had said that his package from the company he'd been with was pretty large, and that he also would be getting retirement funds every year thereafter. And yes, I understand that he was making a decent living in that company, and at the time he was working, he could afford to deal with your spending. But now that he's retired, there isn't that constant flow of money anymore, and all he has are his savings and his retirement. Yet you never listened to him when he spoke to you about cutting back on spending all his money, and now things have gotten worse. Dad had come to us with great shame because he felt embarrassed to be asking his son and his son's wife for financial help.
But he should still have a lot of other money in his retirement funds.
And that was all money he wanted to keep around until you guys both became really old and needed the money for medical bills and such. But ever since he retired from his job, he's watched as that money slowly started to drain away at your hands.
What?
Dad had showed me all of his accounts and the transaction history for all of them. And from what I could tell, the credit card transactions were quite frequent and taking more out of his accounts than he had. When you think about the kind of money one would want as they're in the later stages of their life, what remains in there is too small of an amount.
Oh, there's no way.
To be honest, I think Dad has been too kind to you. If he'd really wanted to stop you from spending all that money, he could have shut off all your credit cards or asked the bank to change his PIN number. There were plenty of things he could have done to stop you, but he didn't do anything and had to come out to his son and son's wife to ask for help. That's why I went ahead and told him. I went ahead and told him that he needed to get a grip on his wife because there should be no reason you're telling my wife not to work a job when it's her job that's giving you guys money. With just my income alone, Hannah and I would be living on the edge, just barely having enough to play with. But if I had to start sending you guys $700 as well, I wouldn't be able to support myself and Hannah anymore. And I'm not kidding when I say that either, because we wouldn't only not be able to save any money on my income then, but we literally would not be able to buy food or pay all the house's bills. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mom? Because I had to go and tell Dad that already.
What?
When I said that to him, he was shocked. He had no idea that you were trying to get Hannah to quit her job that badly. Then I went and showed him all the messages you were sending to Hannah a while back.
What? You went and showed him all those messages?
Yes, and even the messages you were sending her just a second ago.
Wait, does that mean he's with you right now?
Yup. And now that he's seen so much of what you've done, he's finally come around to understanding just how badly he's spoiled you. And that's why he's telling me right now that we don't have to send an allowance after all.
What?
Therefore, if you don't stop those bad spending habits of yours, there will be hell to pay. And Dad most definitely will not be helping you there.
Hell to pay?
You should understand more than anyone what I mean by that. All I have left to say is that you'd better start thinking about a way to stop those bad habits of yours, or else...
My bad habits?
That's right. I don't want you whining to Hannah or myself later about her not leaving her job like you'd been asking. So I'll let you know this now. Hannah really has gone and quit her company job.
What?
But that doesn't mean she'll be coming home to be my housewife. Hannah had been trying to run her own side hustle for a while now, but wasn't making a whole lot of money off it, and so she had to keep with her company job. But since it's been a while now and she's saved up a lot of money from her company job, she can now leave that job and work full-time doing the side hustle.
She had a side hustle? How much is she making now?
Ever since she started to go big with that side hustle, she's been making more than me.
What was that? She's making more than her own husband.
Are you aware now why her and I decided that we'd both continue to work even after getting married?
Are you really okay with her making more than you? Do you know what others will start to say about you when they hear that you have to have your wife working as well and making more than you to live?
I'm not sure where you've been getting your news from, Mom, but in this day and age, it's normal for married couples to both be working. I think you should be ridiculed more than anything else for saying something like that.
But...
Dad is getting ready to head back home now. You'd better be all ears for what he has to say.
Robin! Your father's gone and divorced me!
Right. I heard about that already. He yelled at you saying he'd had enough, right? And I thought you had finally learned your lesson a couple of days ago. You bought 3 neckties online, each costing $1,000?
Yeah, that's right. I was told to fix my bad spending habits, right? So I thought about them for a bit, and that's when I thought to myself, what you all meant is for me to spend a little bit more on your father from now on. So I was thinking something useful, like a necktie.
Something useful like a necktie? Aren't you aware that Dad is retired now and won't really be using things like neckties anymore? Jesus Christ, Mom. That wasn't even what Dad and I meant when we told you to rethink your spending habits.
What? That wasn't what you both meant?
I have no idea what to do with you anymore.
Then what did you both mean?
Dad wanted you to think of all that by yourself with the hopes you'd figure it out. So I'm not going to give you the answer.
Robin!
The divorce has already happened, right? Well then, this is the perfect time for us to cut ties as well.
Why would you want that?
Because I want to protect my wife.
Why do you think I'd be of any danger to her?
There have already been plenty of reasons as to why, so stop asking.
What are you talking about, Robin?
Just think about it. Anyway, goodbye forever.
Robin! My father-in-law took all the credit cards he had given Sandy away from her and was going to watch and see if that helped with her poor spending habits. However, just 2 days after doing so, 3 neckties arrived in the mail that she had ordered online with his saved credit card information. She had all of those credit cards saved to her phone and on all of those online stores and could access them at any time. Realizing that there was really no helping the woman, he went and had her sign the divorce papers before taking them to the courthouse all in the same day. He made sure to contact a moving company to get all of his things from the house and is now living with Robin and I at our place. He told us that he'd have the house sold soon and would use that money, along with whatever he had left in his savings, to move someplace else. But neither Robin or I want him living on his own, so we've told him to sell the house and use the money on things he wants while staying with us. And by the way, when I say that he came to live in our house, he did so without ever telling Sandy anything about what he was doing or where he was going. And so when Sandy tried to go and find him, she was not able to find her answer of where he had moved to. We all still feared that at some point she'd learn his whereabouts, and so we called Sandy's little brother, told him about what all had happened, and the next day he was at her house taking her away to go work for his company. Right now we've been told that she's working a 9 to 5 at her little brother's call center and living at home with him and his wife while crying and whining all the time. She is planning on moving out of there soon, and when that happens, I think even her brother will cut ties to her, putting an end to her reign of terror within our families. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Iris. I heard from a mutual acquaintance that you were getting married. Is that true? To think that you would get married before I did. I'm so jealous. What? Oh, is this Mara? Yep. We haven't seen each other since we graduated university, right? Long time no see. I know we weren't that close back in university, but we were kind of friends, right? Oh, yeah. Long time no see, I guess, Mara. How are you doing? Fine, I guess. Hey, you got married, right? Yep, I got married 3 years ago with a senior from university, and 1 year ago we had our first child. Why are you asking? You see, I only happened to hear about it when a mutual acquaintance of ours told me about it recently. Why didn't you call me to the wedding? That's so cold of you. Sorry, but it's not like we left you out or anything. We just didn't have a wedding ceremony in the first place. We had a photo wedding and took some pictures of us in our wedding attire. Back then, Corona was still a major thing, so we decided that it wasn't a good idea to host a large wedding ceremony and invite lots of people. I told everyone I know about the wedding through Instagram and text or stuff. Oh, is that so? Well, I didn't contact you to complain about not being invited to a wedding. I called because I was so surprised that you were able to get married to him. I never expected him to be able to do it. Huh? What do you mean you never expected him to be able to do it? Do you even know who my husband is? Yeah, kind of. I don't know. He told me he would be asking you out, but I wasn't sure whether you would actually say yes or not. He's a friend of a friend, and I only found out that you two were still together recently. Seriously, I was so surprised when I found out you married him. And why exactly are you so surprised? I don't think there's anything to be surprised about, honestly. Well, I only wanted to make sure that he was really your husband now. What do you mean by that? You'll find out soon enough. I said what I came to say, so bye. Oh, there's a chance that I'm going to contact you soon about something, but now's not the time. You'll find out soon enough. What in the world are you talking about? Are you planning on doing something strange? Nothing important. Ignore what I said. Bye. Okay. Bye, I guess.
Iris, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, hi, Nico. What is it?
Did you hear what happened?
Yep, I heard. I just got word from the lawyer I hired to put a restraining order on him at the time.
I see. I was told about it by one of my friends from university, but to think that she would do something like this. That Mara.
Yep. I was quite surprised when I heard about it, too. I had no idea this was happening.
Tell me about it. I think this is what they call karma.
I don't know. There are a lot of things going on in my mind, but some of the things I want to say to her are just too rude to be spoken aloud, so I think I'll keep my mouth shut for now and wait a bit longer.
Yep. I think that's a good idea as well. Let's just wait for now.
Hello, Iris. Hey, who do you think I'm currently going out with, LOL? I'll give you a hint. It's someone you know very well. Huh? Is this Mara again? What in the world are you talking about? I said, guess who I'm going out with currently? I don't know. I'm not an expert on your interpersonal relationships, so I can't really guess even if you ask me to. Well, I guess what you're saying is true. Even back in university, we were in the same club, but we always hung out with different groups of people. I guess we weren't ever that close, LOL. So, who are you going out with currently? Oh, so you're going to ask me? At least try to make a guess first. Sorry, but I literally have no idea who it could be. Seriously, you're no fun. Are you sure you want me to give you the answer already? I know you said it was someone I know. I mean, I guess it's no use asking me if it wasn't, but I have no idea who this person you want me to guess so badly is. Fine, I'll tell you, LOL. The correct answer is your husband. What? My husband? To tell you the truth, we've actually been dating for 4 months now. Huh? What you're saying doesn't make any sense. You see, we used to go out back in university. But when I heard that he had married you, I couldn't just stand by because I knew he deserved a better woman than you. I knew you'd probably get mad, but I decided to steal him from you. That's not all, though. We even got pregnant. I'm currently pregnant with your husband's child. And I'm going to make him take responsibility, all right? What do you mean, you're going to make him take responsibility? I mean that I'm going to make him divorce you and marry me instead. Isn't it obvious? We have a baby now, so it's only natural, don't you think? Can I say something? What is it? Are you going to deny it or something, LOL? It's no use. My baby is concrete proof that we were together. You said that you've been going out with him for 4 months now, right? But my husband cheating on me with you at that time is physically impossible, I'm afraid. Huh? What do you mean, physically impossible? But just last week we made love to each other several times. Oh, I get it, LOL. You don't want to break up with him, so you don't want to admit that he cheated on you, right? I mean, I get what you're feeling. I mean, he's such an amazing guy that you wouldn't want to let go of him even if he cheated once or twice, right? But you've got to understand, Iris. Now that I'm pregnant with his child, I have no choice but to make him take responsibility for this. If you don't get divorced from your husband soon, your child might get into some trouble. Not that I'm implying anything, LOL. Huh? Are you threatening my child right now? Because I'm not going to take things like that lightly. Calm down, Iris. I didn't mean anything like that. But it's true that he has to take responsibility for my child as the father, don't you think? Hold on just a moment. What is it? Are you seriously not going to give up, LOL? Your husband cheated on you, and I'm now pregnant with his baby. Deal with it. Yeah, but what you're saying doesn't make any sense because my husband and I were abroad until just last month. What? Why are you abroad? But that's impossible. I've been meeting your husband constantly these past few months. I'm sure of it. You must have mistaken a different man for my husband, because the two of us were abroad for about a year due to work, meaning that it isn't possible for you to have started going out with him 4 months ago. What are you talking about? I can't be mistaken about your husband. That reminds me, you never asked me my husband's name when you first contacted me about it, right? You only called him him. Now that I think about it, I guess I never did ask you his name. My husband's name is Nico Ricci. Is he the guy you've been going out with? No. We went to the same university. He was a year older and from a different department. I heard that he went out with you for a while during your first year, but he broke up with you in just a month since he found out you were cheating on him. What? That guy? Nico Ricci. The two of us have been going out together since my second year of university and eventually got married. Hold on! You're not making any sense. But isn't the guy that was your boyfriend and eventually became your husband Nello and not Nico? What? Nello? He's my ex-boyfriend, who used to go to the same department as me back in university. We broke up when we were in our second year because there were other people we wanted to go out with. After we broke up, I heard rumors that Nello started going out with you, so that's why I thought he was your husband. Mara, what you're saying is wrong. What? But I heard from everyone else that it was Nello. I want you to stay calm right now. Nello wasn't my boyfriend. He was just stalking me for a while. Huh? A stalker? Yep. He confessed his feelings to me probably right after you two broke up. But I had literally just started going out with Nico, so I had no choice but to decline his offer. The day after that, he started stalking me, and I think he's the one who made up the rumor that he was going out with me as well. Did you know that Nello left university without graduating in his third year? Huh? I never knew anything about that! I placed a restraining order on him since what he was doing was just going too far, and he was also forced to leave the school. Seriously? I did think that I no longer saw him around campus around the same time, but I never knew he was expelled. Not only that, you'll probably be shocked at what I have to say, but I'm currently at Nello's funeral. What? What happened to him? But I just met him a week ago and he was fine. A few days earlier, he was caught in a traffic accident and passed away in the hospital, apparently. I didn't go to visit his grave, but yesterday was his wake, and today is his funeral. I was told about it by a friend from university. What? What are you saying right now? Nello's dead? But he can't have passed away a few days ago because I just met him yesterday. What? Not only that, but I video chatted with him just this morning. What do you mean it's Nello's funeral? That's impossible! I think that person isn't Nello, but Nello's twin brother. What? Nello has a twin brother? This is the first time I've heard about this.
Apparently, the two of them were separated at birth by their family and raised in two different households. The two of them grew up not knowing that they had a twin sibling, and were only told about it after their first year of university.
What? Is this a dream or what happens next?
What I'm going to tell you now is just what I think happened based on the circumstances. So you'll have to do a bit of investigation on your own if you really want to find out.
What is it? Is it something serious?
Apparently, Nello's twin brother was the kind of person who would pretend to be Nello, so he could trick other girls into being with him. I don't know what was so attractive about Nello in the first place, but who knows? Apparently he was.
What? He would trick other girls into thinking he was Nello? So he might have tricked me as well back in university.
Who knows? Maybe he did. He went to a different university as us, but it's not like he lived far away, so it's possible. Anyways, it seems he's married now. My guess is that he's pretending to be Nello so that no one would find out that he was cheating on his wife.
Really? To think that I was being fooled all this time!
Like I said, what I'm saying is just what I think is going on based on the circumstances. Well, I guess it's a certainty now. Since you said yourself that you met Nello yesterday, even though Nello died a few days earlier. It's the only explanation. There's no way you could have met Nello yesterday. Unless Nello's twin brother was actually the one who died, but that seems highly unlikely. I feel bad for Nello. Kind of. He did used to stalk me, but at least he wasn't evil like his brother.
But there's no way! He told me that he was Nello, and I never suspected him! Don't you think I would have noticed it after all? I used to date Nello back in university!
I don't know, but it's the only explanation. He must have fooled you.
But... Hi, Iris. What you said yesterday was true, apparently. I contacted him after yesterday's conversation and confronted him about actually being Nello's twin brother. And he confessed. He told me he would never be seeing me again, then blocked me. What am I going to do about his baby?
I see. That's unfortunate.
This is all your fault!
What? How is this my fault?
It's your fault for not telling me you got married! If I had known he wasn't actually your husband, I would never have gotten pregnant with his child!
So you're saying that you only went out with him so you could steal him from me? Because for some reason you thought he was my husband.
Yes! It's all your fault, Iris!
How could you blame me for your mess? I never told you to steal my husband in the first place.
But it's true that if I had known, this wouldn't have happened.
Wait, hold on. So you heard from someone that I got married, but didn't bother to ask them who my husband was?
Ugh, but I thought it was Nello. After all, you two used to go out back in university.
No, we didn't go out. And even if we did, that doesn't automatically make him my husband. That stuff happened years ago. And besides, I told you that my husband was a senior from the same university, right?
What? You said that? I didn't notice.
Nello was the same age as us, so there's no way it could have been him. I don't know how you just overlook something like this, but okay.
You really said he was a senior?
Why don't you go and check the chat history? I know you'll find it. Anyways, while it's true that this isn't all your fault, you were tricked by Nello's brother into thinking he was Nello and abandoned after you got pregnant with his baby, after all. But it's your fault too for deciding to steal my husband without even stopping to make sure who my husband actually was. Not to mention the fact that trying to steal someone's husband is a deplorable act in the first place. This is your fault, Mara. You put yourself into this mess.
But even if you say that now...
Let me just tell it to you straight. You probably contacted me because you wanted me to help you in some way, right? But I'm sorry, I'm not going to help you. Actually, I'm not sorry. You deserve this for trying to steal another woman's husband.
But...
I know you got the wrong guy, and it's not like anything actually happened to me. But I have no intention of helping a scumbag who boasts about stealing someone else's husband. Besides, you just thought that I was involved in your mess, but it was all your misunderstanding, so...
But what am I going to do now? I barely make enough money to get by when all I have to provide for is myself. I don't have any savings either. I have the feeling Nello's wife is going to find out and make me pay an alimony as well. Well, not Nello's wife, but please, Iris, just give me some money.
What made you think you could rely on me? The person you just boasted to about stealing their husband. You're delusional, Mara. Don't contact me or my family ever again. Goodbye.
Iris, answer the phone! You don't need to give me money anymore, so just give me your husband instead. Your husband is an employee at that foreign firm, right? So he must make a lot of money. Give me your husband. You see, unfortunately, I was right when I said Nello's brother's wife would find out and she would make me pay an alimony. I need the money to pay for it, so just give me your husband. He can pay for it instead of me, and he can provide for me and the baby after that. Why won't you answer me, Iris?
Hey, Iris, are you alright?
What? Well, I guess I'm fine physically. Why? Is something the matter?
Apparently there was an incident at the Rome headquarters where a crazy pregnant woman barged into the office screaming our names and telling us to come out. I was worried she might have done something to you, so I contacted you to make sure you were okay.
What? A crazy pregnant woman? I think that's Mara.
Apparently she was screaming something about how she wanted you to divorce me and how I needed to marry her instead. She was taken care of by the police, so it's fine now, though.
Yep, that's Mara.
Yeah, it was her.
I see. She did give me these crazy texts telling me to divorce you and give you to her instead, actually.
What? She told you about this?
Well, she didn't say she would be barging into your company headquarters. But apparently Mello's wife, meaning Nello's brother's wife, found out about her husband's relationship with Mara. And now Mara has to pay her an alimony. She said something about how you must make a lot of money since you're an employee at a foreign firm. So she would marry you and make you pay for the alimony, and also provide for her and the baby, I guess. It was so crazy, I thought it was best not to reply.
Oh, my back just went cold for a second. Jesus, she may actually be clinically insane. She was always a bit hard to understand, but it seems like she's finally lost it.
That's what I thought when I saw those texts as well. She really thought I would help her when she told me that she stole my husband. Honestly, that woman thinks the world revolves around her or something.
Yup, it's why I broke up with her after only a month. I'm currently in Italy, but thankfully I was made to work somewhere far from Rome for a while.
Yeah, that was lucky. Who knows what she might have done to you if you were at the company headquarters.
Well, nothing happened to us, so I guess there's nothing to worry about now.
Thank you for worrying about me. Thankfully, she didn't know where we lived, or who knows what she might have done. She would probably have gone directly here instead of your company headquarters.
Yeah, it makes me scared thinking about it, but I'll be home soon.
Yep. Take care on your way home. I think a brief overview of me and Mara's life leading up to this incident is needed. Mara and I went to the same university, K University, and we met at the school's volunteer club. The two of us were never that close, as I already mentioned. So at first I found it strange why she seemed to be so interested in my marriage with Nico. I had heard from Nico that he had dated Mara for just a month, but that wasn't enough of an explanation. But when I found out that Mara apparently thought that Nello was my husband, everything made sense. You see, Mara will tell you that the two of them broke up because they both found other people they wanted to date. But the truth is, it was more like Nello dumping Mara because he wanted to go out with me instead. I kind of feel bad for Nello since me and Nico had just started going out, and he had no way of knowing that I already had a boyfriend. Mara, on the other hand, took this breakup poorly, and from then on she started purposefully treating me like shit, when until then we had more or less gotten along. A year later, we all graduated university and went our different paths, and me and Nico got married 3 years after that. During this time, Mara was unable to find a husband, let alone a boyfriend. So on the day she found out that I got married, she must have been more jealous. I only heard about what happened to Mara after that from other people. But apparently Mello, Nello's twin brother, was married to the daughter of the CEO of a large company. It seems that this was the biggest factor that decided Mara's fate. First off, the baby Mara gave birth to was taken from her by Mello's wife and was given up for adoption. It seems Mara herself didn't want the baby, so there were no complications regarding this. Based on your perspective, it could have looked like Mara was being thrown a life-saving boat. But in truth, this was the start of a frightening future. Mello's wife was furious and used all the resources at her disposal as the CEO's daughter to get her revenge on the two. It seems that she sent both Mara and Mello to a company overseas so that they could pay for the massive alimony that she was asking them to pay. Honestly, this doesn't make any sense, since both Mara and Mello had jobs that certainly paid more than a job at an overseas company. But I guess that's the power of a CEO's daughter for you. She surely threatened them or something. Also, Mara's parents cut ties with her also after they found out that she had laid her hands on a married man. Mara, with no connections, left her hometown in Italy, was taken to the airport one day by a black van. Where she is and what she's doing right now, nobody knows.
Good evening, Stacy. Thanks for letting me visit today. Don't mind if I text you already. Good evening, Aline. Thanks for coming today. It was our pleasure. I'm going to be marrying your brother, preferably next month, since, as you know, I'm pregnant with his baby. After that, the two of us are going to be sisters-in-law. Yep, I look forward to it. By the way, you're in your 3rd year of high school and are going to university next year, right, Stacy? Yes. Are you going to be moving out once you graduate high school? I have no plans of moving out as of yet. Why not? Because I'm going to be entering a university that I can go to from home. But it's no use talking about that now. I haven't even taken the entrance examination yet, so who knows what will happen. Well, I guess that's true. Tell me when it's decided, okay? I'll probably be moving in with you starting next month. Oh, is that so? Well, I hope we can get along with each other when that happens. Hi, Stacy. Care to explain what's the meaning of this? What? My wedding ring was found in your room. I was looking for it these past few days since I thought I lost it, but to think that you stole it? Hold on, I did no such thing. But I found it in your room, under your desk, as if you were trying to hide it. I probably would have never found it if I didn't happen to decide to clean your room. I've told your brother and your parents about this. Everyone was furious. It seems that you were going to be staying here and go to university from home, but I told everyone that I'm scared of living with a thief when my baby is about to be born, and they all agreed to make you leave the house. But you didn't even listen to what I had to say. This is too unfair. But there was concrete proof that you had stolen it in the form of my ring hidden in your desk. I did no such thing, I promise you. No matter. Just hurry up and come home. Your high school graduation ceremony should be done by now, so hurry up and pack your stuff because you're going to be leaving. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. Hi, Stacy. I'll be kind and ask, but are you unsure of what to do from now? No, I told my boyfriend what happened and he believed me when I told him I didn't do anything. I'm going to be living with him in his apartment for now. Oh, well, look at you. I didn't know that you had a boyfriend. Yes, we've been going out since the second year of high school. I'm extremely grateful since I'm going to have to pay for my living expenses and university tuition on my own from now on. You brought this upon yourself. You went and fooled even your boyfriend. You're so young, but already so devious. I didn't do anything, but don't worry, I have no intention of returning home. Is that so? But let me ask you one question. Why did you hide your ring in my desk? Well, I guess if you don't have any intention of returning, then, you see, I want to have a share in your family's property. Our property? Like I was saying, I wanted your property, so I seduced your brother Charles and made him drunk, bringing him into a love hotel. As you can see, my plan of getting pregnant with his child so he had to marry me was a huge success. Your brother is such an idiot. Seriously? And if I chase you out of the family, then my portion of the inheritance after your parents die will be larger, since you'd no longer be there to compete with me. Which is why I came up with the idea of making it seem like you stole my ring. But it's also no use telling your parents about it now. Now that I've had a baby, they can't possibly make me leave anymore as the wife of the eldest son. Not only that, but you're a thief in their minds. Besides, sisters-in-law are such a bother. It makes me laugh no matter how many times I replay it in my mind. Your mother shouting, "Leave the house," and your dad also saying, "Don't come back, thief." Your brother's reaction was splendid as well. I cried to him saying that you had scolded me, and he got furious at you and said, "You have no right of talking to my wife like that. You're just a child and a thief at that." You're awful, Aline, but I don't need a family that listens to nothing their daughter says either. I'm cutting ties with this family. Oh, I'm glad then. I mean, of course they believed me over you. I'm the one who gave birth to your parents' first grandchild, and as the eldest son's wife, I'm also going to inherit your family's property. No one's going to believe a stupid child saying that she did nothing, even though she has no proof. I wanted to tell you those exact same words myself. What? Once I enter university, I plan on entering the film club. I bought a camera using the money I saved up in high school doing part-time jobs. What? There was one day where I accidentally left the camera recording in my room. You were caught clean on camera hiding your ring in my desk. What? I have no intention of returning home, so I'm not even going to bother showing it to my family, but just remember that I have definitive proof of what you did in my hands. Hold on. I also have our conversation by text as proof as well. Thanks for being cocky and telling me everything. Stop it! Don't forget that I can expose what you did whenever I want. No way! Hey, Stacy! Stacy! Just what do you think you're doing? Oh, Aline, long time no see. Stop acting all calm. You know why I contacted you, right? Oh, I guess. You're talking about the movie that's currently in cinemas, The Empty Family and Me, right? Yes, but what happens in the later half of the movie is different, but the scene where the family kicks their daughter out of the house for a crime she didn't do, it caused a commotion in your family because it's what happened to you, no matter how you look at it. And doing some research, we found out that the novel that the movie was based on was written by your husband. Yes. So you went out of your way and told your husband about it? So you could have it published as a novel and even made into a movie? Don't you think that that's a little too evil? I told you a few days after I was kicked out of the house 10 years ago that I would be temporarily staying with my boyfriend at his apartment, right? My boyfriend at that time became my husband. Huh? I'm going to tell you this so you don't have any misunderstandings. My husband hasn't said that that novel was nonfiction, but neither did he say it was fiction. The novel that my husband wrote was a huge success and was made into a movie. That's all the truth to it. Whether you interpret it as what actually happened 10 years ago is completely up to you. Your family finally noticed. I was divorced because of it. Is that so? friends with that reaction because of you! It seems that my brother contacted my husband soon after the movie was released. What? My brother and my husband knew each other from before I was kicked out of the house and had each other's contact information. It even seems that my brother found out we married from a mutual acquaintance. Apparently my brother, after calming down, took his time to think about the incident more logically, but since all my parents could think about was their grandchild, he couldn't talk to them about it since they would always side with you. He spent the next 10 years unsure as to what really happened. But over time, my parents also started thinking a bit more logically. That movie was the final push they needed to be sure of my innocence. My brother had a lot of questions for my husband, so they met, and my husband told my brother everything that I had told him about the incident. Huh? He also showed him the camera evidence and screenshots of the conversation we had on text a few days later after I was kicked out. I had given them to my husband because he said that he wanted to use it as inspiration for his novel. No way! My husband, the author of that novel, he didn't tell me anything about it since I had already given up being reunited with my family. But I guess he just wanted to prove that I was innocent of the crime I was accused of 10 years ago and wanted to tell the world about it in one form or another. At least that's what I think. Are you being serious? Do you know what I had to go through because of that? The baby you gave birth to as part of your plan in making my brother marry you wasn't actually my brother's child, right? It seems that my brother told my husband about that as well. As he grew older, it became more apparent that the child's face and body features didn't look like those of anyone in the family. My brother, after watching the movie and hearing what my husband had to say, decided to test every possibility, so he had him and his son do a DNA test. It came out saying that his son wasn't related to him by blood. Why'd he have to tell your husband about that? Perhaps it's his way of making up for his sins. I also heard about the fight over who would take custody of the child. My brother's trying to take custody, saying that even if they weren't related by blood, he was still his son who he had raised the past 10 years. The child himself is closer to my brother and parents than he is to you. This, combined with other factors like finance and home environment, allowed my brother to successfully take custody. That's what happened, right? It wasn't supposed to go this way. To think that the forced marriage I had succeeded in making happen would fail 10 years later. I could have made it fail at any point by giving my family the evidence, you know. I just couldn't be bothered to do it. I knew your parents cut ties with you, so I didn't do anything since it might harm your child, who was innocent. What? Fast forward 10 years, and it seems like there's no need to worry about that anymore. I'm so glad, but... Didn't you consider what might happen to me? What? If I'm kicked out of this house, then I'll have nowhere to go. Did you have that in consideration when you let your husband publish his novel? Did I have to have that in consideration? What? You're an adult, right? There's no need for me, a stranger, to have your well-being in consideration. You're not a child who can't live without the help of adults. What? Well then, I guess that's all I have to say. Hold on, Stacy. No matter what you say to me, there's nothing I can do for you. Not that I would, even if I could, though. Stacy! We were sisters-in-law, even if it was just a few months. Surely you must have some compassion left for me. There's no way I would have any compassion for someone like you. Goodbye. A few days later, I got a letter from my family apologizing for what they did, thanks to my husband's words saying that you should at least accept the apology as a way to put an end to this business. The stubborn feelings I had towards my family lightened just a bit, so I promised to exchange New Year's letters with them, even though I have no intention yet of coming home. My ex-sister-in-law Aline, on the other hand, it seems that thanks to the kindness of my brother, she was excused of having to pay child support in exchange for her division of property following the divorce. And the alimony she had to pay for cheating on my brother was basically nothing. But since she had no relatives to rely on and had been spending the past 10 years as a housewife in my parents' wealthy home, she was in huge trouble after my brother divorced her and she was kicked out of their home. She had to find a job as soon as possible, so apparently she just took on a random job that paid well, but it seemed the work environment she put herself in was quite harsh. Now she's forced to work every day on the verge of having a mental breakdown.
Hello, Robert. Is it true that you've been assigned to another department? That's what I just heard from administration.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Barnes. Still at work? Being a section manager seems like a pretty hard job, so staying late, I mean.
No use trying to curry favor with me, Robert. Besides, I'm off today. So what about it? Are you getting transferred or what? What's up? Is it true?
Well, it was all explained in that internal memo at work today.
Like I said, I haven't been in today. Someone from administration sent me a text mentioning it.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought you were there. Sorry.
So, are you gonna answer me? Are you getting transferred or not?
Yes, sir. I'm getting transferred next month to my new position. I really appreciate your help all these years, but I'll be leaving this branch office by the end of the month. It's really been a great experience.
I see. So not a different department, but you're leaving this office altogether, huh? Seems kinda strange that you'd be transferring right about now.
Yes, I know. I heard that they decided on my transfer unexpectedly. I guess they needed to fill that position as soon as possible.
Oh, I see. So that's what it was all about. Now I get it. Yeah, figures. I'm not sure what you did to make this sudden decision, but you know what? I was kinda half expecting it. I mean, you've always been presumptuous. Always a little disrespectful to your superiors.
I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Barnes. Why did you expect I would be transferred? I don't think I was ever out of line in any way. Was I really that disrespectful, sir?
What I mean is, you probably did something sneaky and got caught. They couldn't fire you, and the only option was to redispose, so to speak.
Pardon me?
What the hell did you do, Robert? Screw up one of the projects? Or is it more non-business related, like in an office romance or something? So, where you getting relocated to? Some factory office out west? That place way out in Nowhereville? Or maybe a one-person box office out in the company parking lot?
Mr. Barnes, if you had read the memo, maybe you wouldn't be saying that, but it's not that I'm being relocated.
Oh, I see. You don't even realize the predicament you're in. I get it. Too shucked to comprehend it, huh? It happens. Just can't accept it, can you? Well, you dug your own hole. The company had no choice but to transfer you. It's probably your shameless attitude towards what you did that irked them. I suggest you accept the consequences, Robert. You should be grateful they let you keep your job.
Right. It's just that...
So where'd you get relocated to? Come on, Robert, stop beating around the bush for God's sake!
If you would just take a look at the company memo that was distributed today, you'll get all the information you need, sir.
That means I have to wait until tomorrow morning to get the good news. I won't be able to sleep. Let's hear it, Robert. Where's this wonderful place you're being transferred to? It's like I'm waiting for the axe to fall. Besides, I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth than reading some boring memo. So out with it, man. If it's that factory office out west, you better get a pretty warm jacket. It gets pretty chilly out there.
Not out west, but east. The headquarters in New York.
Wait a sec. What? Hey, Robert. You there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Barnes. What can I do for you?
What you said yesterday about your transfer, that was no joke, was it? I just read the company memo, and it's not only you. Melinda's being transferred too! She should be here, near me! Is this all really true?
Right. Yes. It's all there in the memo. All true, sir. There was this company competition last year. You remember that, right? Well, the project idea that Melinda and I submitted was selected.
Yeah, that. When they put that into actual use, it immediately racked up like $1 million in sales. That project idea, huh? So the company's rewarding you by transferring you guys to headquarters, is that it?
Oh, okay. So you read the whole thing. So I don't have to explain everything.
I couldn't believe it. So I asked my uncle who works at headquarters. I had to verify if it was true.
Oh, really? Your uncle works at headquarters? I never knew that, sir.
He was the one that got me into this company. He's got some connections and put in a good word for me. He's the section manager at HR over there.
Oh, really? I had no idea. That's great.
You had no idea? You should know about the people you work with, especially your boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm the type that sort of overlooks that kind of thing. If it doesn't affect my work, it just doesn't interest me.
Huh? Oh, I see. That's why you were so hyped about trying to outshine me, is that it?
Not really. All I was doing my job as best I could, that's all. I was not out to get the better of anybody.
About this transfer to headquarters. How about I go instead of you? What do you say?
Pardon me. You want to go to HQ instead of me?
Yeah, that's right. Along with Melinda, of course. The two of us would make the perfect pair for the main office. I asked my uncle to pull some strings to get me transferred to headquarters, but you know what he said? He said if I had real success that I could show, he could talk to some people and act on that. So what I'm trying to say is that you give me the credit for that project idea. That one that garnered in excess of $1 million in sales. Just say it was all your boss's idea. That I was the brains behind it.
Mr. Barnes, listen, I really can't do that.
Seriously? Are you telling me you're giving your boss the middle finger, is that it?
I don't have the power to overturn a request from higher up.
Robert, I want you to come up to the 3rd floor. Let's have a little talk in the meeting room, privately. The branch manager will be there too, so let's us 3 sit down and have a little conversation, shall we?
Okay, I'll be right up.
Man, what a total wimp! All I did was press you on the issue. You got all flustered and nervous. And before I knew it, you back up toward the window all scared like, and fall out! This was on the 3rd floor for God's sake! You're a total klutz, you know that? Just so you know, I had nothing to do with it. It's not as if I pushed you or anything. I just confronted you on some business issues and you got all agitated for no reason. Don't make any false accusations. Gotta say, it was the 3rd floor. I'm sure you're not okay. How could you be, right? But you know what, Robert? As your boss, I'm gonna go out on a limb for you. I'll assume all responsibility of your business dealings. That's the least I can do. So relax and get some rest. I really have to thank you for providing me an opportune chance to further my career. At a cost, of course. That $1 million deal is now mine! I was the one who came up with that idea. You got that? There will be consequences if you report on this, that I had anything to do with it. You slipped and fell out of that window, you understand? Another thing you shouldn't forget, my uncle is the section chief at HR. He's got my back 100%. Just so you're aware, as long as you don't rock the boat, everything will remain normal. Your future with this company depends on whether you keep your mouth shut or not. Do we understand each other? That's all I have to say. Have a nice long rest, and I look forward to seeing you back at work in a few weeks. Or maybe months. Oh yeah, about Melinda. Don't worry about her. She's all taken care of, if you know what I mean. Robert, you know what? You're a total loser.
Robert, are you okay? I heard all about it. What the hell happened?
Oh, hey, Melinda. Thanks for earlier. Yeah, I'm doing okay. My new suit got hooked up on a branch and got all torn up. That was my favorite suit!
I'm so glad to hear you're okay. It could have been way worse.
Well, that was because of your quick thinking. Maybe I wouldn't even be talking to you right now.
Please, don't say that, Robert.
When Mr. Barnes confronted me in the meeting room, he backed me toward the window and I had nowhere else to go. But then I looked down and saw you and your folks standing down there with a mattress ready to take my fall.
I'm just glad we were able to get there in time.
I later remembered that your folks owned a furniture shop just around the block, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was why we were able to get there in time with the mattress. The staff was just unloading a new shipment into the warehouse. I was walking down the hall and overheard Mr. Barnes' staff members talking about how he was going to somehow hamper your transfer to headquarters. But then I learned that you had already gone up to the 3rd floor to have a meeting with Mr. Barnes. All I could think of spur of the moment was to go straight to my parents' place down the street.
Thanks for that, Melinda. Always so astute. That's what I like about you. Oh yeah, about that mattress. Got a bit dirty after catching my fall. That was new, wasn't it? Can't sell that anymore. Tell you what, I'll buy it. I need a new mattress anyway. In a weird way, I have this intimate connection with it now.
You really don't have to, but if you want, sure. We'll give you a big discount on it.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. About Mr. Barnes. He still doesn't know the whole story, right?
No, he doesn't. He was out of the office when it was announced, so I don't see how he could know. He just left a little while ago, so I covered for you. Just that you were in pain and recuperating. We were lucky he didn't see us down below. I suppose the bushes and those trees helped, although it didn't help your suit.
Yeah, well, the suit was a small price to pay. Anyway, thanks for everything, Melinda. I owe you.
You're at my parents' place now, right? I hope you're comfortable there.
Yeah, your parents are great. They're treating me like royalty.
I also talked to the branch manager. He was really concerned and asked how you were holding up. He wants to know all the details after you return to the office. He was furious that his name was used in all this.
Yeah, all right. Again, thanks for everything.
Oh, just so you know, I saw Mr. Barnes as he was leaving. He had a huge smirk on his face. I even think he was whistling.
Are you serious?
Lucky for those trees and bushes, he didn't see us with the mattress. Probably just thought the trees blocked your fall, and luckily it was out back and nobody was around, so the whole incident didn't get out of hand. He has no idea you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, I guess we were just lucky, huh? Mr. Barnes has always been short-sighted. His work style has always been patchy. Everything is half finished. But I suppose that trait was to our advantage.
Hey, Robert, you there? Reply right this second, buddy. How the hell can you be okay? I thought you'd be incapacitated for weeks. Melinda said you were in pain, for Christ's sake.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Barnes. I'm fine. I was in a bit of pain, but popped a couple aspirins on the way. No problem. Why didn't you stop and talk when you saw me in the hall?
You're not some kind of ghost, are you?
I'm pretty sure a ghost can't text message. That will be weird, huh? Like some horror movie.
Yeah, well, stop changing the subject, will you?
I see what you're getting at. You want to know why I'm perfectly fine. Not a scratch on me despite falling from the 3rd floor, right?
Yeah, what the hell's going on? You didn't fall. That's it, right? Somehow you saved yourself at the last minute.
Well, let's just say I had some help. Some good people helped break my fall. But what's more, guess what I did before joining this company? I was a stuntman!
A stuntman? Don't give me that!
It's true. That project I put through, the one that generated over $1 million in sales, well, my former expertise played an important role in that. But we're getting way off topic, so let's leave that for later.
What the hell are you talking about? Get to the point, for crying out loud!
You really did it this time, Mr. Barnes.
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. Are you accusing me of something? I haven't done anything wrong.
I will file a report regarding this incident, just so you're aware.
What? You're not even hurt. What are you even gonna report? That you were a klutz and stumbled over your own feet?
Although I wasn't injured, you definitely will be charged with assault.
Pardon me?
If I had been injured, you'd be charged with assault and battery. A pretty serious crime, I'm told. But since I wasn't injured, the consequences of your misconduct won't be as bad. You should be grateful for that at least.
Don't even think about submitting a report. You do that, and you know the payback you'll get. I warned you about this before, Robert. Don't throw your career away by doing this.
Oh, are you planning on inflicting bodily harm, sir?
I'll do what I have to if it's what you're asking. This time for good.
You're forgetting one thing, Mr. Barnes. I was a stuntman, and I'm also a black belt in karate and an MMA contender. You really want to grapple with me?
MMA? Are you serious? A kid who works for me was previously a vicious animal? Give me a break!
I have no intention of using my full strength on a non-experienced person like yourself, so don't worry. No matter what you say, Mr. Barnes, I plan on submitting this report. End of story.
You do that, and my transfer to HQ is hopeless. You do realize that, right? It's already been decided. Melinda and I are going to HQ, not you.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. About your uncle, the one who works in HR? Well, I was told that he's taking responsibility for manipulating documents and favoring applicants. A clear violation of company policy. I was told he submitted his resignation today. I'm surprised you haven't heard. You're the manager. You should know these things, Mr. Barnes.
My uncle resigned? No, that can't be right.
The branch manager apparently got in contact with headquarters and submitted a detailed report of your background and recent track record. It's apparent that you used connections to get where you are now, and your uncle manipulated documents to land you this job. The senior administration were furious.
Huh? My track record? How?
Your folks have also been informed about all this. Actually, I got a phone call from them yesterday apologizing on your behalf.
Wait, pardon me? This whole thing? My parents know about this whole thing? How could that be?
Oh, by the way, your parents were very kind and understanding. You really should be grateful that they have so much sympathy for others.
You're not telling me that.
The reason why nobody has contacted you is obvious, isn't it? They figured it would be better to have you come to the office as usual, as if nothing happened. Otherwise, you'd probably panic and take off. Knowing you, Mr. Barnes, that's exactly what you would have done, am I right?
You gotta help me out here, Robert. Please.
I'm gonna have to pass on that, sir.
But what about my transfer to headquarters with Melinda?
You lay one finger on my girl and you're a dead man. You got that, buddy?
She's with you? No way!
Can we please cut this short? I have to finish up my transfer papers by today.
What about me? What am I gonna do from now on?
Goodbye, Mr. Barnes. Good luck. After that conversation, I submitted my report and pressed charges against him for assault. Through our lawyers, we were finally able to settle the matter after Mr. Barnes admitted his guilt and agreed to pay compensation for what he did. Although he was pretty pissed off, as you can imagine, Mr. Barnes eventually resigned from the company. I was worried he might retaliate somehow, so I had my lawyer place a restraining order on him. If he at any time approaches 10 feet from me, he goes to jail. Although I can protect myself, it would put my mind at ease. I later heard from his folks that they introduced him to a live-in job somewhere up north. I heard it was a logging company of some kind. His folks paid the entire compensation fee, so he's now hard at work paying them back. And I can tell you right now, it's not a small amount. They said they are eventually planning on sending him to one of their operations overseas, so I probably won't ever see him again. I sort of feel sorry for him, but I have to say, he had it coming. As for me and Melinda, we were both transferred to headquarters and already starting on our new project together. We're both just glad all this is over and we can get on with our lives.
Irina, you get out of the hospital today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Again, congratulations on giving birth. How are you feeling?
I don't feel like I've completely recovered yet, but I'm gradually getting better.
I see. I'll get your bed ready before I come pick you up, so you can rest as soon as you get home.
Thanks. You're gonna pick me up at around 10, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Did you attach the baby seat to the car?
Yes, of course. She's our beautiful daughter. We need to make sure she's safe.
Alright, I'll go to sleep then. Tomorrow at 10, right?
Yep, good night. Irina? You haven't talked to me even once since you came home a week ago. Is texting you no good either? It's a bit strange texting you while in the same house, but we have a child now, and you understand that we can't be wasting time on some sort of fight, right? I'll listen if there's anything you don't like about what I'm doing, and I'll try to improve. If saying it to me in person is difficult, then you can just tell me everything by text. Reply when you feel like it. I think your mother is about to arrive. I'll be in my room doing work. I made breakfast and lunch for the three of us and put it in the fridge, so just put it in the microwave when you want to eat. Just knock on my door or give me a letter if there's something you need, okay? Good evening, brother-in-law. Oh, hi Arnold. Long time no see. Sorry for not being able to visit you too much. Is now a good time? Yep, I just finished work. I see. I'm glad you have time. You work from home, so I don't know what time is a good time for you. I guess. Sometimes I'm still working late in the night. If you just send me a text, I'll make sure to reply when I have time. Alright, thanks. That reminds me. I heard about your achievements from my friend who works at your company. Your ideas were adopted by the company 2 years in a row, right? It's incredible. Oh, thank you, Kareem. Well, but that's enough about me. Something the matter? It's about my sister. You mean Irina? Has she been acting a bit strange ever since she gave birth? Yeah, now that you mention it, she has. I knew it. To tell you the truth, I don't know what to do with her. How was she behaving? I know that I already mentioned it, but I'm not sure if I should tell this to you, her brother. I don't mind, please tell me. I also have something very important to tell you. Would you like to meet right now? I heard my mother came in the afternoon and is now taking care of Irene and her baby. It's alright if you go out for a bit, no? I guess, alright. Let's meet. Good morning, Kareem. Sorry for being so sudden last night. No. Thank you for going out of your way to help me. But especially what I said about your daughter, Anna. It's still an uncertainty, yes, but you must have been very surprised. Yes. I truly am sorry. No, don't apologize. You did nothing wrong. In fact, I thank you for telling me something that must have been difficult for you to say. Thanks to you, I can finally understand why Irene is acting the way she is. I consider what you told me valuable information as to what to do from now on. Thank you for saying that. It lightens the burden on my heart, even if slightly. If there's anything I can help you with, then don't hesitate to tell me. Yep, thanks. It's been 1 month since you started ignoring me, huh? Even your mother is completely ignoring me now. But you still make me do all of the household chores. Ridiculous. Well, it looks like you're taking care of Anna, so I'm glad about that, I guess. Well, that reminds me. I know that you're reading these texts but not replying, as usual, but there's something I need to tell you. I found a new job, so I'm going to have to leave the house for a while, which means that you two will have to do the household chores. I feel a bit guilty for having to leave you on your own after giving birth. Before I knew it, your mother has been staying over and basically just lives here now, so you should be fine, right? Well, that's it. Take care of Anna, alright? Bye. Good morning, Arnold. The results came, so I decided to tell you about it. Good morning, Kareem. How are the results? It's just as you told me, which means that this uncertainty has now become a certainty. I see. Then are you... Yep, I'm going to start tomorrow. Both Irina and her mother are basically always at home, so I'll need to do it discreetly over the 2 weeks, though. I'll help as much as I can. It's not strange I come visit saying that I want to meet my nephew Anna, right? Thanks, I appreciate it. I wonder whether they'll ignore you as well, though.
Kareem? I thought that no one was doing the household chores, but then I noticed all your stuff was gone.
Oh, hi. It's been 1.5 months, right? You just completely ignored me for so long.
Who cares about that now? Why is all your stuff gone? Even your shoes. Everything is gone except the sandals you left at the front door.
Oh, yeah. Those sandals are there to camouflage me taking away all my shoes.
Huh? Camouflage?
It's the most noticeable part, so I made sure to take away my shoes at the very last moment. I'll leave those sandals there, so use them or throw them away or whatever.
I don't care about your sandals. What is the meaning of this? Why did you take away all your stuff?
I moved.
Why? Why did you just move without telling me anything?
The lawyer I hired is going to be contacting you soon, so kindly cooperate with him, alright?
Your lawyer? What did you hire a lawyer for? Do you plan on divorcing me or something?
I'm not going to block you on my phone for the time being, but in general, talk to my lawyer from now on, okay?
Why? Why are you doing this? At least tell me.
Well then, goodbye.
What? Kareem, what in the hell is going on? What are you gonna do about our baby? You have a duty to provide for me and your daughter. Don't you realize that you're a husband as well as a father? Kareem!
Sister.
Oh, Arnold. Hey, you've been getting along with Kareem recently, right? Kareem suddenly left the house. Do you know something about this? I asked him why all his stuff was gone, and he said he had moved. Apparently, he's even hired a lawyer for some reason.
So, are you going to tell me that you have no clue as to why he might have done this?
What?
Even Mom isn't on it, right?
I didn't do anything.
You acted like he didn't exist for 1.5 months, but when he actually disappears, you start panicking. I don't know. It just seemed like you were underestimating us too much, or maybe you're actually that bad at acting.
What are you talking about?
Anna isn't Kareem's daughter, right?
What?
It was made certain after a DNA test. There's another man, right? Which means that you cheated on Kareem.
Hang on, Arnold. What are you...
This other man is an older colleague of mine who works at the same company as me. I asked him, and apparently he was your ex-boyfriend. Not only that, but he's married.
How do you know that much?
We were having a drink party with everyone at the department one day. After I told him that I didn't have a girlfriend, he started bragging about how he's so popular with the ladies. He was drunk and accidentally told me that he was cheating. He explained in great detail that there's a high probability the baby his mistress recently gave birth to was his child. He talked about how her husband made a lot of money, and so they're going to use him as a personal ATM and even make him take care of their child, while they just enjoy. He showed me pictures and videos of you in bed saying, "This is my girlfriend."
No way. Don't tell me.
Yup, to think that the woman naked in bed with this man was my sister.
What the hell is that man doing?
It seems he hasn't noticed that I'm his girlfriend's brother, though. I used that to my advantage and got him to give me a lot of information, which I then told to Kareem.
What? So that means that it's your fault Kareem found out?
Yup, I'm the kind of person who can't just pretend something like this didn't happen.
Arnold, what the hell are you doing? You betrayed your own sister.
Sorry, but even if you are my sister, I just can't forgive people like you. Honestly, you disgust me, Irina. It seems that Mom knows all about it and is siding with you, but I'm going to side with Kareem.
What are you doing? All I did was for nothing now.
Well then, I'm going to be cutting ties with you and Mom, so...
What?
That's why I quit my job. It's already been decided that I'm going to work for another company based far away, so I moved at the same time as Kareem.
Hold on. If you're gone, then who's gonna provide for me and Mom? Dad can't provide for us with just his pension money.
Why don't you ask this other man to help you?
Huh?
Apparently his wife found out, so he's getting divorced.
Her wife found out as well? Let me guess, you told her?
Like I said, I'm the kind of person that can't just stand by while something like this is happening. It's probably going to be a hassle since his wife is going to make him pay an alimony, but it's better if he's with you than if he wasn't, right? Wait, now that I think about it, I don't think that's true. Apparently, the company found out that he wasn't doing work and instead going to hotels with you, and even used the company car for your dates. So he was fired.
What? Arnold, you come home right now. Either that or tell me where Kareem is.
I'm not gonna do either of what you said. Bye. Don't try to find me.
Kareem, you've made a misunderstanding. This is all part of Arnold's scheme to break us up. I didn't do anything wrong, so please come back. Say something, please. Kareem, don't just ignore me.
After that, I was able to divorce Irina using evidence that she had cheated on me and made both her and this other man pay me an alimony up front. As for why Irina was ignoring me, apparently she had been pretending all along so that I would give her money, but now that we had children, she thought I wouldn't be able to divorce her anymore and so started ignoring me just because she wanted to. That being said though, ignoring me completely feels a lot more tiresome than maybe just giving me some short replies, and this was her way of getting revenge for making her pretend like she liked me up until then. She didn't expect for me to find out through her brother, it seems, which is a bit stupid to be honest, since she must have known where her brother worked, and probably also knew where this other man worked as well. Also, her father divorced her mother after finding out what she had done through Arnold. My father-in-law is not a very strong-willed person, but even he couldn't forgive what his wife had done by siding with Irina. He took care of what to do with Anna after that, and it was decided that she would be adopted by relatives on Irina's side of the family. Irina and her mother went to the man that she was cheating with, but, of course, putting three degenerates with no money together just makes things worse. And it seems they still haven't decided which of them is going to work.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Andrea, hello. Oh, hello, Vivi. It's rare for me to ever get any kind of text from you these days. Well, I just have something I'd like to ask you is all. Something you'd like to ask me? It's pretty rare of you to ask me of anything as well, Vivi. So, what could it be? As it turns out, Michael will be having to go to work closer to the town you're living in after he took a job transfer for his company. What? Is that right? So, since he'll have to be working so close to you and your husband now, we're going to move in with the both of you. Please and thank you. Huh? You're both moving in with us? What? Wait. This is only the first time that I'm hearing about this. When exactly are you both planning on moving out to our house? Please tell me this won't be for at least another month. What? We're coming over there today. Today? The moving truck won't be getting there until tomorrow, but both Michael and I will be there in another 2 hours. Oh, and I'll be bringing along 4 of your grandchildren as well. Wait a second, please. You can't be serious about all of that, right? And you already expect to be arriving at my house in another 2 hours to begin living here? I have had no time at all to get things ready for you two, so please give me more time. But we got permission from your husband to move in today. What? My husband said that this was all okay? Just 2 days ago, we called him asking if it'd be all right for both of us to move in with you guys. And his answer was, yeah, all right. That was his approval. 2 days ago? Even 2 days ago is way too soon for you guys to be telling us that you're moving in today. Well, whether you think this is too quick of us or not, we've already started paying for our room there. You left Michael's room intact, right? Yeah. Well, it still has all his old things in it. Well then, for tonight we're both going to be staying in that old room of his. And if you started to work on getting a room ready for the kids, then I think it should be all right for them by the time we get there. So this means there will be 6 more people moving into our house now? There was no warning at all about this, and yet you're already on your way here? Your guys' house has 2 stories and 5 bedrooms in it, plus the detached garage with the attic, which can count as a 6th room. I don't think there will be any problems at all with that kind of space for us. Come on now, Vivi. Would you let me have a word with my son first about this? I can give him a call right now to see what's going on here. He's driving us to your place right now, so he can't pick up his phone. Then would you please let me call you and put me on speaker so that he can hear me? Nope. Now, in the next 2 hours, we'll be at your place and under your care then. Thank you, Andrea. Excuse me, Vivi, what are all these cats doing here? There are 4 or 5 of them now? I can't tell because they all keep running around the place. What were you thinking opening up that cage the moment you opened the door to my house? What? I thought I already told you about them just a second ago. We brought along our 4 children and my 5 cats. So please take good care of all of us. I heard about you bringing the kids and everything, but you never said anything to me about 5 cats. But Andrea, you guys already have a cat living here, right? It's that munchkin cat named May, right? I'm sure your cat will be happy to have all these new friends in the house. My cat has never ever lived in the same place as other cats, so I don't think she'll like all your cats here one bit. Having 5 new cats running all over her house now is going to put her into a panic, which is not good for a cat. Now that I think about it, where is May at? My kids all want to go and find her so they can pet her. She's in my room right now hiding so that she doesn't have to see any of you guys. Hiding in your room? The last time you guys all came over to my house, your kids and you all started to chase after May while she was freaking out. She almost had a heart attack. We were all just wanting to play with her then. You have 5 cats of your own, and you couldn't tell that May wanted nothing to do with any of you and was trying to hide? Andrea, you are exaggerating now. Well, I guess this just means that you know a lot more about cats than I do, which means all 5 of my babies will be in very good hands with you taking care of them. So, Andrea, since Michael, myself, and our 4 kids all came over here to give you the luxury of living with us, you'll have to watch over my 5 cats and take care of all our chores for us, please. Huh? I can see that you have that cat tower for May in the living room, but that's not going to be enough for 5 more cats, so there'll need to be another one at least, right? You hold it right there, Vivi. I'll leave picking out a second cat tower to you, so please get everything in order for my cats. I haven't even had a chance to fully voice my opinion. But I told you before that your husband said it was fine for all of us to be here, right? He even told me that you'd be willing to take all my cats as well and care for them, so it was all right to bring them. Huh? Actually, where is your husband right now, Andrea? He's on a business trip. Oh, he is? Jesus Christ, that man has really gone and done it now. Andrea, could you please get my cats some food to eat and hurry up with all of our breakfasts? Michael and all the kids will be leaving soon, so you need to get to work on breakfast now or they won't be able to eat anything. Excuse me? I already told you all that you can have whatever food you'd like that we have and that you can use anything in the kitchen that you need. So please make yourselves some breakfast to eat. I've already taken care of feeding May and myself this morning, so everything is up to you now. Huh? You are a mother, and that's how you're going to act now? We already made a promise, even stating that you would be taking care of my cats and all the chores in this house, right? We only just started living together with you here, so would you please get your act together? Wait, is this you trying to mess with me or something now? I never once said that I was all right with this decision. But the owner of this house and its breadwinner said that it was fine for all of us to move in here with you guys. Hey, I think that you are gravely mistaken about something here, Vivi. This house happens to belong to me. What? I understand that my husband has the problem of thinking he's the one running the show over there with his pretty meaningless job and everything, but I am the one making 5 times the amount he is per year and the one with my name on this house. What? But Andrea, you're nothing more than a part-timer. No, I am not. Right now I'm working as the executive director for a decently sized cosmetics company. An executive director? I am in my room right now with May trying to get her to relax and not be as worried by all that noise downstairs. And I made sure to bring my laptop up here in order to get some work done from home today. However, I have no clue what my husband or Michael has been telling you. But it does not change the fact that the owner and breadwinner of this house is not okay with you all being here. That is my answer to your question of if it was all right for you guys to move in with us. What the heck? Andrea, we've decided that we won't be leaving this house after all. What? You heard about how your husband came home from his business trip today, right? And since you're not coming out of the garage attic at all to come and see us, we talked with your husband and he decided that we will all be living in the house together while you stay out there. And then, after talking with him a little bit more just now, we decided it would be best if he became the owner of this house now. Excuse me? He was telling all of us to tell you that if you don't give him the house, he's going to divorce you. We all don't care that this house is all yours and that you're making the money. There are a bunch more of us than there is you, which means you've already lost to the whole family. Understood? So that's how you all want to play this game? Well, if that's the way things are going to be, then so be it. I'm going back to my family house. What? Your family house? I'm sure you've all been told at least once by me that my parents' house is in the next town over. Right now, my 89-year-old father is living together with my younger brother and his wife. And my father happens to still be doing so well that he works twice a week at his age. I plan to go back there now with my little baby, where I know my brother and his wife will be happy to care for her instead of traumatize her. And until you all are out of my house, I think that my family will be happy to let me stay there and take care of me. Wait, you can go ahead and leave this place all you want, but that's not going to make any one of us want to leave here, right? And actually, if you go ahead and do something like that, your husband is going to divorce you. And about that divorce, I have the paperwork for it right here with me. Huh? And I'm sure you didn't know this, but Michael should be aware. 2 years ago, when you first started to come over to my house with Michael, I could tell that there was something severely wrong with your head, and the way you would treat Michael and I worried me a lot. But Michael is too weak of a man to do anything about your attitude, and my husband is too much of an idiot to realize what you do to this family. So I told Michael what I'd be doing in order to open his eyes a little. Wait, what? I'll tell you more of the details later. Goodbye now. Andrea, what the heck? What's happening? Why is this happening? I'm assuming that the documents relating to what will all happen next have arrived there? That's right. Just a couple of days ago, Michael left me at this house after he gave me his divorce papers, and I was wondering what the hell had happened to him. But now I know he found out about what I'd been doing. By the way, it was all too easy to see what you were doing behind his back. Every single time my husband would be around you, he would always want to talk with you and at times even flirt with you. And you would reciprocate to his advances, always flirting back with him, but with even more vigor than he was. I started to notice things had been going on around 5 months ago, but when I looked into you both, this whole relationship has been going on for 2 years now. And after you had come into my home and started to live with us, you would always wait for my husband to be home and use the time before my son got home to take your relationship to the next level. You know about all of that as well? I really wondered what it was about that 60-year-old man who was already married to me that got you going. But now I'm well aware of what you've been after with him. You've been wanting my large 5-bedroom house with the open yard and large garage, correct? What? You'd been thinking from the start that this house was all his. And in your attempt to get me to leave that house, you moved in with not only my son and your kids, but those 5 cats after only having just warned me you'd be coming. And then you released your cats all over my house, asked me to take care of them and all the chores for you, and even started to tell me to give my house to my husband once you found out I'm the owner. Well, if you thought that was going to be enough to get me to give up the house and leave you all alone, you must have forgotten that I am also the breadwinner, and that I have control of the whole situation still. So, you knew about my plan all along, then? Now, since you've informed me that the document filled with all the papers that had been sent to you made it, let's talk about them. What? Vivi, I'm going to get a settlement from both you and my husband for having had that long affair. Wait a second, I'm going to break up with your husband now, and you can also see Michael, right? If he really is going to divorce me, I'm going to have to pay him for all 4 of those kids in child support. Well, those 4 are going with you, right? Michael said he no longer wants to have custody of them now, and considering what you've done to him, he doesn't need to take care of them anymore. In other words, that means you'll be keeping your kids, and he will not be paying child support to you. No way! Now, if you have anything else you'd like to say to me, you may talk with my lawyer about it, and he will tell me. And as for Michael, he's with his lawyer now, talking about how much he'll be able to get from you and his father in this divorce. What? No, Andrea, I've already lost all ties to my family. I'm just a housewife right now, so there's no money in my accounts that anyone can have. That's totally right. Well, luckily, Michael will be taking all 5 of your cats in the divorce, so you won't have to worry about feeding any of them. I wasn't worried about the dang cats. Help me, please, Andrea. Nope. Bye-bye now. Andrea! Had Michael's wife kept her mouth shut and never did anything with my husband in order to get the house from me, she probably could have once we'd passed away and given it to them. But because she didn't have the patience to sit around and wait her turn, things ended up going against her plans. After both my husband and I, and Michael and Vivi, had our divorces, Vivi and my ex ended up getting married because she still believed that he had money and would be able to pay off all their settlements. However, him having enough money to pay off that much was not true. And things only took a turn for the worse when Vivi was told by the city that she could not get married to her ex-father-in-law at that time. So in the end, those two decided to break things off and split up. My ex-husband ended up getting a demotion and a pay decrease after his manager and the company found out about what had happened with Vivi and I. And as for Vivi, she had to pay off both settlements by herself, and that put her into some major debt with the banks. There was also worry from the court about her 4 children, and it was decided that all 4 of them would need to be placed in a foster home. and the only way she could get them back is by proving she could make enough money to support them all. And so as of right now, she's working 3 different jobs all at the same time, looking as though she hasn't slept in months, trying to do everything she can to pay off that debt and get all 4 of her kids back. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Liz, long time no see. This is your old friend Malaya. Have you been doing all right? What? I'm very sorry to have to ask this, but who is this again? I told you, I'm Malaya. I'm really sorry, but I have no recollection of any Malaya being a friend of mine. Huh? I am your old friend, Malaya. Jeez, Liz. You and I were going to middle school together at Jefferson Middle School in the town of Bay City. And we lived close to one another in that apartment complex. And then we met again at community college, right? What? Hold on. I always lived in a house with my family, and then I never went to community college or anything because right after high school, I went to work. Huh? Also, my name isn't Liz. Oh? Did you change your name or something? No, I did not. What I'm saying is that my name isn't Liz whatsoever. What the heck? Come on now, I already know the reason why you're telling me your name is not Liz anymore. You can stop trying to hide your true feelings from me. I have no idea what you're talking about, though. Then tell me, what's your actual name? You don't have to know what my name is. I don't feel comfortable telling you now. Then I'm going to continue calling you Liz, because that's who you are. Ugh. My name is Riley. That's my name. Really? I know that's not your actual name, because your real name has always been Liz. Now, stop trying to hide from me and let's chat. What? I'm not trying to hide from you because I don't even know who you are. Yeah. I'm tired of going on about that stuff, so let's just get to the juicy topic. Juicy topic? I'm taking your husband from you. Excuse me? My husband? Recently, I came back to Bay City, all right? I learned about that really rich son of that family, the Rochesters, Mike. And I was thinking that it was so mean of you to be able to have a man like that all to yourself when I have nothing. So I went and stole him from you while I've been in town. Bay City is in Michigan, right? Well, I don't live in Michigan anymore. And when I was living there, I wasn't living in Bay City or even close to that town. I happen to be single still, so there's no way I've had a rich boyfriend or husband like the one you're going on about right now. I can see that you're confusing me with someone else, but haven't noticed any of that yet. Listen here, Liz. My name is not Liz. I'm Riley. I get you wanting to run away from the reality that your old friend has gone and stolen your husband from you, as the truth must hurt you a lot. But this is something you will never be able to look away from. So listen to me right now. You have the wrong person. How about you listen to everything I'm telling you? This is just like all those dreams I've had, stealing your husband from you and becoming rich myself. Now I'll be able to pay off that $50,000 of debt that I'm in and live in that giant mansion of his. You said your name is Malaya, right? What do you want now, you big loser? Let me tell you this one last time. I am single right now, so who the hell are you and what are you talking about? What? I have no idea who this Malaya is and have never met anyone with that name before in my life. And also, my name is Riley. R-I-L-E-Y. Riley. My name is not Liz or Elizabeth. Now cut all of that BS and stop texting me about whatever crap you're doing. What? You just never know when to give up, do you? So that's why, Liz? My name is Riley. Screw off. Oh, come on now. Anyhow, Mike is all over me now, and he'll be letting me live with him in his mansion and with all of his money from now on. Get that divorce from him soon, please. Riley, it's been a while. Sorry for coming out of nowhere here. But can you let me know whether or not this is still Riley's number, or if you're someone completely different? What? Anna? It's been years. And yeah, this is me, Riley. How have you been doing? I guess I've been fine. Anyway, this is still your phone number, so I don't have to do anything for you. Now, I think I've fixed and confirmed all of that crap and can finally stop looking at my phone for a bit. What are you talking about? Why did you have to check and make sure this was my number still? Oh, I'm really sorry about all of this. You know how I have that little sister of mine who's a few years younger than me? Oh, that's right. She's more than a few years younger than you, right? True, since she's in her 3rd year of middle school now. Anyway, while we were together recently, we got into a bit of a fight with one another. And, well, she went and took my phone and went through all of my contacts, changing all the names of everyone in there. Really? So in order to try fixing everything, I've been going through all my contacts and asking them who they are to make sure I have the right number to the right name again. Wow, that's gotta suck a little. But shouldn't your phone normally be locked or whatever? Yeah, well, normally people would do that, but I'm really lazy and don't want to type in some passcode all the time. So I just leave it unlocked most of the time. Wow, that's very brave of you to do something like that. But maybe now you're going to change your mind about leaving your phone unlocked, right? Yeah. So what did she end up changing my name to in your contacts? She changed yours to Liz. What? Liz? That's the name of an old friend of mine from back in community college. Wait, can I ask you something right now? What's that? Recently, have you met with anyone by the name of Malaya? What? Malaya? She had been going to the same community college as Liz and I, actually. And after we all graduated from there, she came with me to work for the same company, so I see her almost every day. So have you met with Malaya before, Riley? Not at all. Then why do you know about her? Listen, for some reason, I got some texts from that Malaya girl, and I have no clue what was going on. And after some talking back and forth, I came to learn that she was mistaking me for someone named Liz, although she didn't want to accept that fact. What? I tried many times to get her to believe that my name is Riley, but she just wouldn't, and that got me pretty peeved by the end of our conversation. Oh my gosh. This is only a possibility, but I'm thinking when your little sister went into your phone and changed all your contacts, Malaya was able to see Liz's contact info somehow, but with my number instead of hers. Do you think something like that could have happened recently? I think something like that is very possible. Yesterday there was a little party after work. She had been sitting next to me at our table, and as I got up to go to the restroom, I'm sure she had enough time to take a look at my contacts. The both of them, Liz and Malaya, are my friends from back in middle school, and I met again in college. And, well, before the end of middle school, Malaya got into a fight with Liz, and then her dad ended up having to move out of town, and so they never made up before that happened. So I'm assuming they were never able to exchange one another's contact information before she had to move away. And when they met in college again, they weren't as close to one another, so they never did anything from there. I see. So that's what's happened between Malaya and Liz. Damn, things have become a bit more complicated now, haven't they? I'm sorry about that. Up until now, I haven't really talked with Malaya much besides on our work phones about work-related things, so I'm really not sure what's been going on with her. I don't actually have her private number anymore, I think. You were all in the same college and knew one another since middle school, yet all seemed to be so distant from one another. Well, I've just never really wanted to have anything to do with her. And I think the same can be said for Liz. So I really want to know now, why does Malaya want to talk with Liz so badly? From what she was telling me, it looks as though Malaya's stolen Liz's rich husband from her. Huh? Well, I think Malaya's making a big mistake there. What? How so? I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, but can you take screenshots of all the things Malaya's said to you and send them to me, please? I want to try talking with Liz about this. Can do. Just give me a few minutes. Thanks for all the screenshots. Damn. This is all just horrible to read through. I can't even be bothered with some of it. And wait, Malaya's in $50,000 worth of debt now? Well, she did mention that, didn't she? You can tell by how fast she was bringing everything up to me that she gave zero craps about me not being Liz. Well, I can see how things got this bad for her, though. She's just your basic office lady when it comes to her work, and there's been no way she's made the kind of money needed for all those brand bags she brings into work. She also seems to hire plenty of men to do things with her. So that's where she's gotten all the money from. So Malaya's normally pretty bad? You could say that. She loves good-looking men and money and is a very selfish person. She never listens to anyone and loves to get into fights. I wonder how she was even able to find a job at that company. Seriously, though. There have also been rumors about her picking on other women due to the fact that she's beautiful, but that her beauty isn't all that natural. Is that right? Well, anyway, I'll let Liz know about this. Oh, please do, and thank you. Hey, Liz! I was wondering why you were taking so long to get that divorce, and now I'm being asked to pay a settlement? I told you to hurry up and get that divorce. As long as I'm able to become Mike's wife, then I won't have to care about that settlement because he'll be able to pay it all off for me. Long time no see, Malaya. I have told you this so many times now, but my name is not Liz. My name is Riley. Have you heard from your coworker and old friend Anna about the fact that her and her little sister got into a fight and her little sister went and changed all the contacts around in her phone? What? Anna? Anna was a friend of mine from high school, and we still occasionally talk with one another now. I heard from her that her little sister went and changed my name to Liz inside her contacts. So I really do think you mistook me for Liz because of that change in her phone. What? So then, this really does mean that you're not Liz? That's right, I'm not her. What? Are you serious right now? Well then, I guess the only option I have left now is to go right to that mansion of Mike's and ask Liz in person to divorce him and get out of there. I know you're not going to want to hear this from me. What? That mansion just so happens to be Liz's mansion. Huh? Why do you say that? It sounds like ever since Liz graduated from college, she's started her own company and has been doing very well recently. She married Mike around the same time she started her company. And at that time, Mike's father's company ended up going under, and so Mike wasn't able to get anything from his family. So at that time, Liz stepped in since she was financially stable and paid off the mansion they moved into, since he wasn't going to be able to do so. Wait. Liz went and paid for that mansion then? That means that the owner of that place is Liz, and that if her and Mike get that divorce, she'll be the one getting to keep the house. What? You're kidding me. Also, because of the fact that Mike no longer has a company coming to him, he is currently without a job, and the company will be renamed and taken over by someone else who bought it. Huh? Well, I shouldn't say jobless. Rather, he's just going to be working for his uncle's company as a base-level employee now. A base-level employee? Because of that current situation he's in, I hear that it's been Mike asking Liz not to divorce him, as he's in no shape to be kicked out of her mansion. What the heck? But he's getting divorced by Liz and will have to pay her a settlement while also being kicked out of that place. What? Liz heard about all of this going on from Anna after I went and talked with her about what you'd said to me. You're lying, right? I went and stole Mike from her thinking he had all this money, and I'm in major debt right now. Now I'll have to pay a settlement, and I won't be able to live in that mansion now. Are we done here then? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'll be going now. What should I be doing right now? After all the crap that Malaya girl was talking to me, saying she had stolen my husband even though I'm single, and not even recognizing that I'm not Liz, it took but just one day for her antics to be shut down. And thank God that everything ended then with her, because I wasn't going to last much longer talking to an idiot like that. As for that Malaya, her debts only grew larger, as she now had to take on a settlement from the real Liz, and that means she'd have to borrow a lot more money. In the divorce, Mike learned that Malaya only really wanted him as her ATM, and so he moved away from everyone in an attempt to escape from her, because she would not stop asking him for help. Liz also made some major changes with the divorce, as she went and sold the mansion she was living in, as it was too big for her anyway to be living in on her own. She has stayed in town still, since she has her own company to manage, but she picked a smaller house closer to Anna's place where she'll live now. It sounds like her and Anna are becoming closer to one another again, since they kind of stopped talking after college as well. And I'm sure that after the tip about Malaya that Anna gave, Liz is going to be forever thankful. With not a single person around, Malaya's had no choice but to dip her hands into some pretty scary loans from very scary people. There were talks about her hanging around gang members trying to get money from them, and also loan sharks who she was trying to get some large loans from as well. Even though we aren't for sure who she got the money from, she was able to find someone willing to give her enough to pay off that settlement and the debt she had with the bank. Because after a few weeks, the settlement to Liz was all paid off, and since then, there's been no word about what's happened to Malaya, or where she even disappeared to. So let's just say she's moved on to the next step in her life, which is making that money back and paying off the scarier men she's involved with now.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Oi, Pip, you goddamn useless moron, what do you think you're playing at? Just because you're my wife doesn't mean you get to act like this. Where the heck did you go?
Jesus Christ, Casey, when are you going to stop speaking to me like this? You have the charm of an octopus. I'm in my room if you must know. I'm sorry, but I didn't make any supper tonight.
Huh? What did you just say? You mean I have to cook my own supper again? You left all your dirty pots in the sink this morning too, didn't you? And that's not all. You don't even come to the front door to greet me when I get home from a long, exhausting day at work. What the hell kind of wife are you? You're a failure as a woman.
I'm really sorry, Casey. My stomach feels so heavy these days and it's hard to move around.
Oh, look, here we go again, using the pregnancy as an excuse, just like you always do, huh?
I'm only 1 month out. Are you really gonna hold this against me? I don't see how this is my fault.
You treat pregnancy like it's a goddamn illness. So what? You got a baby inside you. Want a medal? Being pregnant is not an excuse to get out of fulfilling your womanly duties to me, the man of this house. What's it gonna take for you to understand?
I never said pregnancy was an illness, Casey, but at the same time, it can be pretty damn debilitating. I mean, I am twice the size I was 8 months ago.
How dare you? Do not answer me back. I'll get my sister to make me some supper over at my folks' house. You pathetic excuse for a wife.
Fine.
Fine. Fine. That is no way to talk to your husband and the man of this house. The correct response is, yes, sir, I'm sorry, sir. And don't you forget it. Not only have you completely stopped doing the housework ever since you got pregnant, you've also turned into such a goddamn lard ass it'd probably take a crane to get you out of the house. You're supposed to be my wife, but you don't even turn me on anymore. You think having my baby holed up in there gives you the right to treat me however you want, don't you? God damn, it really is true what they say. Women become the most arrogant creatures on earth the moment they get a bun in the oven. Damn, my buddies had always warned me, but I never thought I'd actually experience it for real. You make me sick.
Hey, Casey, how's my favorite big brother doing today? I just got done cooking breakfast. Do you want to head over and chow down?
Sup, Carla? You're the best. I was literally just about to message you to see if you had anything frying. Man, I'm starved.
I thought you might be. Damn. So that means she didn't make you any breakfast again? Pip is really slacking on her housework duties these days. It's just like you said.
No kidding. Looks like the lazy bitch finally washed the pots after she ate breakfast this morning and laid my work clothes ironed out and ready on the sofa after I called her out on her laziness yesterday. But I still ain't happy. That useless good-for-nothing didn't even polish my shoes. Can you believe she didn't even cook me any breakfast? Man, I don't even know why I married this woman. Imagine not even being able to do the basics.
Right? I don't know who she thinks she is. She must be one of those pregnant women who thinks the world should bend over backwards for her the moment the sperm hits the egg.
You know, Carla, I think you might be right. Damn it. All right, I'ma put my slacks on and head over. See you soon, sis.
All right, cool. I'll be waiting with your breakfast.
God damn it, are you serious? You didn't come to greet me when I came home from work again! What's all this crap on the living room floor? The house is a mess! And where's my supper? God damn, woman, my patience with you is about to reach its limits. You're walking on thin ice, I tell you. Thin ice.
Welcome home, Casey.
That ain't good enough. I want to see you rush over to greet me with a smile the second I walk through the front door. When I come home, it should be like God himself arrived.
I'm so sorry, Casey, but I really, really can't do everything like I used to before I got pregnant. I do as much of the housework as I can when I'm able to move, but a lot of the time, it's hard to even get out of bed. Won't you just give me a break, please?
God damn it. I'll have to head over to my folks' place again tonight for my sis to cook me supper. But don't think I'm letting you get away with this, woman. You're in trouble now. Big trouble. Hey, Carla. Sorry to trouble you so late again.
It's fine, silly. Besides, when did you ever apologize for anything? I had a feeling this would happen again, so I made enough food for a small army.
Now that's my sister. I sure as heck wish that goddamn useless wife of mine would learn a thing or two from you. If she took a leaf out of your book, I'd never go hungry again. At this rate, I'm worried if she'll even be able to do her job as a mom. If she can't make my supper, welcome me home from work, or massage my feet on time, how the hell is she gonna raise a kid? Not only that, but she turned into a big fat pig ever since she stopped doing housework. I swear she's always either on the sofa or in bed stuffing her face. I'm eating for two, she says. Two what, whales? I get that women's bellies get a little bigger when they get pregnant, but hers looks like a frickin' hot air balloon. And not only that, but her belly ain't the only place the rolls are appearing. I'm worried we're gonna need a crane to move her soon. She used to be so hot, and her style was great. I mean, I liked the girl enough to want to marry her, for crying out loud. But now, I could take a truckload of Viagra and it still wouldn't get me in the mood for porking that ham beast. I have no choice. I'm gonna have to force her to start going to the gym after the baby's born.
Hey, Casey, just a little suggestion.
What is it?
Isn't it time you taught that unruly wife of yours a lesson?
Huh?
Isn't it time you showed her how sick and tired you are of her behavior with action instead of words? She obviously has no intention of doing what you tell her, so isn't it time you held her feet to the fire? She'll start thinking you're all bark and no bite if you don't back up the things you say.
Damn, I think you might be right. Did you have something in mind?
Well, I kinda did, actually. You're angry with her because she's constantly lazing around and barely lifts a finger around the house, right? So why not introduce penalties for her not doing her chores? You know, like forcing her to jog around the block for not vacuuming or forcing her to do 500 push-ups for not washing the dishes. I think you get the gist. Dad did always say a good training routine is the best way to keep a woman in check.
Oh my God. Carla! You're a genius! You know what? It's my day off work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go give her first little penalty right now. Thanks, sis. You're the best.
Huh? Like, right now? Casey, what is going on? This isn't fair. Why did you bundle me into the truck and dump me out here in the middle of nowhere? Why would you dump me out in the mountains like this? There are frickin' bears and mountain lions out here, and it's pitch black. I can't see a frickin' thing. You do know I'm 8 months pregnant, don't you?
I left you there precisely because I know, you goddamn bird brain.
Huh?
It might not feel like it, but I'm doing this out of love. I only want what's best for you, babe. You've turned into such a degenerate lard beast lately, you barely even deserve to be a mother anymore. I knew that if I didn't take drastic action, you'd reach the point of no return, and I'd have to leave you. It was either this or divorce. This is my way of redisciplining you as your husband and the master of the household.
Redisciplining me?
Now listen up. First of all, I want you to walk home from the top of that mountain.
What?
Quit acting like an invalid, babe. You used to be on the track and field team back in high school, and you could run with the best of them. If you can pluck up the courage to actually start moving, I'm sure this is going to be a walk in the park.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
I'm as serious as a serious guy. Oh, and don't even think for 1 second about trying to call for help. I went out of my way to think of this training regimen, so you better not screw it up. If you call for help, we're getting a divorce. All right, I just got home. I'm waiting for you, babe. It's nice and warm, and I have potato chips. You can do this.
Oh my God, Casey. This isn't normal behavior. What the hell's gotten into you? I barely recognize you anymore. You are not the man I married.
Hey, Carla, good morning. Sorry to spring this on you again on such short notice, but you think maybe I could get some breakfast again this morning? I just woke up.
Sure, I guess I don't mind. By the way, where did you go last night? You bundled Pip into the truck and drove off somewhere after we stopped messaging, didn't you? I could see you from my bedroom window.
Yep, I took her somewhere isolated for a little training after your genius suggestion inspired me.
Wow, are you kidding? You went out literally straight after I sent the message? In the middle of the night?
Sure, of course I did. There's no time like the present. I told the worthless fat pig I was tossing her in the garbage where she belongs and abandoned her at the side of the road on the peak of the highest mountain in Colorado.
Wow, now that's my brother, a man of his word. You have to respect a guy who's not afraid to take action.
Well, something had to be done. You know, the mountains are way further than I thought they were. You look on Google Maps and it's just a few centimeters of space. But when you actually go out and drive it for real, man, you have no idea how tired I was when I got back to the house at 3 a.m. I think I might have to go for a second round of sleep after breakfast. Hey, Pip, what the heck are you playing at? How have you still not made it home? How long do you think it's been since I dumped you on that mountain? I'll bet you're taking so long because you get out of breath every 5 minutes from being so fat. Is that it? Or are you just being lazy? Gah, you really are useless. I should have given you a time limit. Is it too late to add one now? I mean, I make the rules, so I guess I could. All right, you have to make it back home in the next hour. If you go over, even by 1 second, I'll take you straight back up the mountain tomorrow and you can redo it.
Casey, where are you right now?
Huh? A few of my buddies invited me out drinking and we're out bar hopping in town right now. Why?
You need to get back to the house right now.
Can it wait till tomorrow? I came out tonight fully intending to vent about my bitch wife while getting blackout drunk by knocking back copious amounts of beer with the boys until the early hours.
This isn't the time for that. You have to come home. Jeffrey Bigglesworth, the president of Dad's company, just stormed into our house with the most menacing look on his face.
Huh? Dad's company president? What the hell does he want?
Dad just got fired because you abandoned your heavily pregnant wife on a mountaintop in the middle of the night.
What? Why the hell would the president of Dad's company be involved in my and my wife's private affairs? This makes no sense.
I don't understand very well either, but the bottom line is you need to come home right now.
What the hell is going on there? Pip? What in the goddamn Lord's name is going on here? Why would you divorce me like this all of a sudden? I know our baby was born too, bitch. Why didn't you tell me? Why did I have to find out through ringing the hospital, goddamn ya?
Do you really still not understand why all of this is happening, Casey? Did Dad's CEO, Jeff's explanation, not clear up all the confusion, or do you need me to spell it out like you're a 6-year-old?
I understand why you might be slightly pissed off with me, but I have no idea why any of this means my dad would get fired.
Okay, allow me to explain exactly what happened that day. I reached out to an old friend for help after you abandoned me on that mountaintop in the middle of the night. Jeff, Dad's company president, is my friend's husband. They say every cloud has a silver lining, and he was mine. It turns out my friend and Jeff live pretty close to the mountain you dumped me on. They rushed out as quickly as they could when I told them what had happened. But while I was waiting, my water broke and I started going into labor. They rushed me to the maternity hospital as soon as they found me, and thankfully I made it in time.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. How come no one told me about any of this?
Because I asked my friend and your dad's boss not to say anything to you and requested that they contact no one except my family.
What? But why? I'm your husband. I should have been the first person you contacted.
Why would I contact you when you're the one who abandoned me on a mountain in the middle of the night while I was heavily pregnant in the name of discipline? I can't trust you, and quite frankly, the thought of allowing you anywhere near my baby is frankly quite terrifying. Like hell I was gonna let you be there for the birth.
Oh my God. But still, don't you think divorce is overdoing it a little? I mean, geez, talk about overreacting. Can't we just talk this through like mature, responsible adults before making hasty decisions in the heat of the moment? Don't throw away what we have.
Actually, Casey, you told me you'd divorce me if I asked anyone for help when you dumped me on the mountain, so I'm just following through on your promise. Congrats, you got what you wanted. I failed the task, and I am clearly still just as undisciplined as ever, right? I called my friend, so divorce is the only option.
No! Well, I didn't quite mean it like that.
Sure you did. I'm leaving the rest to my lawyer. If you have anything else to say to me from now on, it goes through him.
Your lawyer? No way! You've got to be kidding me!
I never want to see you, your sister, or your dad again for as long as I live.
But why?
You have the comprehension skills of a sack of potatoes. How do you still not get it?
Quit trying to be clever and just explain what you mean.
This is exactly the problem.
What is?
I won't be coming home again. I am taking our son, and we're going to live with my parents out in the country. I'll arrange for someone to come and pick up my belongings and bring them out to us. So make sure you don't touch any of my stuff. I want everything left exactly as it is.
Pip! Carla, you fool, what have you done? It looks like Pip is about to divorce me because of you.
What? Because of me?
If you didn't make that dumb suggestion to teach Pip a lesson by abandoning her on the top of a mountain, none of this crap would be happening.
Don't put words in my mouth, asshole. That is not what I said. All I did was suggest you start imposing minor penalties if she kept giving you problems by making her walk short distances to your house every now and then. I did not tell you to make her start from the top of a frickin' mountain in the middle of the night.
Well, those two things are pretty similar.
Bullshit, they couldn't be more different. Anyway, Dad got fired because of your moronic behavior. How are you going to make this right, Casey? And how did Dad even get involved in this anyway?
Apparently, Dad's company president is Pip's friend's husband. The friend she called to pick her up from the mountain after I left her there.
What?
Dad was in full agreement on your suggestion to teach Pip a little lesson, right? That went for the whole mountain thing, too. He seemed to be on board with the idea, right? He knows how important it is to keep a bitch in line, and if he wanted to stop me, he could have easily. He told me how he always used to shoot the shit with some of the guys at work about how modern men are becoming weak and have let women get out of control. He said it was time for society to take the red pill. The problem is Dad's company sells childcare supplies, and Jeff, the CEO, thought that if any of this got out, his company's image would totally be destroyed. Apparently, Dad had already been warned 7 times at work for making offensive remarks about women, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh my God, seriously?
And he's not the only one. I got fired too. You see, Pip used to work at our company and she knows like half the staff. I think that might be why when I went back, everyone was super cold and hostile towards me. God damn it, what are you gonna do to fix this, Carla? What was I supposed to have done? I just wanted to discipline my wife, god damn it.
While me and Casey were married, I never had a mother-in-law. Apparently, his mom passed away when he was 8 from a terminal illness, and ever since, he and his sister were raised by their single dad. Based on the stories Casey told me, his mom sounded super kind, caring, and compassionate. I wonder if she hadn't fallen ill, whether things would have turned out differently between us. While thinking about the possibility in the back of my mind, I focused on getting the divorce proceedings over and done with, and within a month, I was once again newly single with a freshly deposited wad of compensation and child support money in my bank account. As for what happened to my ex-husband and his family after that, apparently all of them got laid off at the same time and are still struggling to find work. I got almost 2 identical messages the other day from Casey and his sister Carla, both begging for money in pathetic desperation. Needless to say, they weren't getting a cent out of me, so I requested they take all further contact through my lawyer before blocking them and taking another sip of my pumpkin latte. I'm thinking of changing my number soon too, just in case. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Did you think Casey got what he deserved? We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.